Hi there, my name is Marko Crnojevic, and this is my final video reflection for MGMT 3100. I'm going to be answering the final questions that really sum up my experience of the course. I think one of the most impactful aspects of this course was how it tied practical career tools with self-reflection. A specific concept that really stood out to me was on the module on career pathways and self-assessment. Especially the activities on identifying strengths and values, strengths, values, and motivations. In past semesters, I've kind of thought about my career in broad terms, but this course really made me focus and hone in on my career and made me look deeper into it and think intentionally about, where I'm headed and, specifically my heading in my career. The quizzes and self-assessments, they were great, but I think what really stood out to me was the readings and the discussions around career exploration and how that's a long-term evolving process, whereas or instead of just a single decision. Another major takeaway that I took from this course was the module. It came from the module on failure and resistance, or resilience is failure and resilience. Earlier in the course, I talked about failure in general and my thoughts on it, my opinions, and what I'd known and what I needed to know. But this time I really thought about it and connected it to my future on prospectively becoming a diagnostic radiologist. Radiology is a very competitive field, from the courses you need to take to getting into medical school, and then in the end, matching to that residency. It's one of the most competitive residencies. So their setbacks are going to come, and you got to take them on the chin. You have to move forward, and you have to expect them, because nothing is easy and nothing is given. You got to work for it. So this course has helped me reframe my thoughts as thoughts in terms of failure as a part of growth, not necessarily something that's going to set me back. uh, you know Next would be something that I'm going to take and work on after looking at all the info from this course. And I think that's strengthening my preparation and resume for medical school, so I can eventually practice as a radiologist, hopefully here in Southern Ontario. That would be the goal. This course definitely made me realize the importance of having a clear heading and career direction, rather than just saying, I want to be a doctor, I want to go into medicine. I definitely feel more grounded in my decision that radiology is something that is for me, and it fits my strengths. You know, Analytical thinking, attention to detail, uh, you know, and I think the most important one would be helping patients using a combination of science and technology. I think that's really what caught my eye about radiology and made me realize that this could be a field for me. Lastly, two strategies that I'm going to use to take this dream into a reality would be my using the research and self-advocacy skills that we practice throughout the course, especially in the module on informational interviews and networking. One thing I haven't done enough of is talk to medical professionals, radiologists, and different doctors about days in the life. What do I expect when I go into these fields? I think my first step going forward would definitely be going and talking to some of these people to see, not only what is it like to be in your shoes, what is a day in the life, what am I getting myself into, but also creating a connection for the future, as connections have become very important in today's environment. And the second strategy that I'll be implementing is setting achievable goals. And not setting one massive one of just becoming a radiologist. Breaking them down into smaller steps and making them more attainable to build confidence and momentum throughout my studies is something that I'm going to be working on and including into my plan in becoming a radiologist. You know, you need the motivation, as it's a very long and tough process in becoming a radiologist. So I think uh, implementing these smaller, more attainable goals is something that is really going to propel me into, uh, being confident in myself throughout the process of getting into medical school, throughout medical school, and when I match into residency. So in closing, I think this course definitely helped me see my career path more clearly and gave me the practical tools to move forward with confidence. I'm leaving with a stronger direction of, who I am, and also, you know, an increased excitement in where my career is headed, and the journey ahead of me. So I'm really looking forward to implementing these things into becoming a diagnostic radiologist. And thank you for the amazing semester.